When I tell people that I used to be a shy person, nobody believes because they just see, Nekky, you're very, so nobody wants to believe that part. But I noticed that whenever it was time for me to dance or be on stage, I'm an entirely different person. See, you can't match my energy. But as a person, that was not me. I used to be, let me say, I lack confidence in a lot of things, right? But I realized that that wasn't going to get me anywhere. So what I did was that thing that I do during time. Let me see how I can replicate. Yes, let me replicate it in a normal way.
What are the like stereotypes you've kind of like encountered as a married woman in the dance industry?
I'll say it's dicey. Those that trust your work, right? So whether you're married or not, the highest thing that they will ask is, this one that you're married now, can you do the work, little to come out? But you see that part of when you giving birth.
Welcome, Nekky. Welcome to Speaking Dance.
Thanks for having me.
So it's so glad to see you. You know, it's been long we saw. Like how many years now?
Is it a while? I can't even remember.
I can't remember at all.
It's been a while.
So how have you been? You know, it's more like there's a lot of growth in what you're doing, you know, and navigating the dance world, embracing motherhood and marriage, you know. I'm curious, how has this journey been for you, and both as a person and an artist?
Honestly, it hasn't been easy, but it's been a very interesting ride. Let me just say that. It's been a very, very, very interesting ride. But the thing about it also, it's having to build capacity to fit in every role to your new reality. So it's not something that you say, oh my God, maybe I would leave my work and focus on family, or I focus on work and family, which I get another part of my life. No, you have to be able to increase capacity. And I think that's like the beautiful thing about being a woman. Well, I'm not a man, so I would not know about the male gender, but I know that's one of the beautiful things about being a woman, where you are able to build increase your capacity and see the amazing different sides of you, being a mom, being a wife, being a career woman, and all of that. Like, it's just beautiful to see, sometimes stressful, but yeah, we can do everything. So it's fine. It's fine. So that's it.
You can do everything. I like that one. So how did dance start for you, and what role did it play in shaping your identity?
Wow. Like, that's going to be like an emotional roller coaster for me. Well, I would say that dance started at a pretty young age for me. And it just started like one of those fun things that you kind of like pick up. So it was something that started, yes, church. So it was just something that, oh, we're having an administration, let's come together, and like whatever, you just put different steps together, and it becomes like a routine, a choreography, right? So that was how it started. I never saw it as anything like a career or something I really wanted to do, but it just evolved to that. Then, on speaking about how it has made me the woman I am today, the truth is, when I tell people that I'm a shy person, or I used to be a shy person, nobody believes because they just see, Nekky, you're very, so nobody wants to believe that part. But the truth is, I used to be very shy, and not just like shy, like, oh, I don't want to be out there. No, not that kind of shy. I would use the word, I used to be, let me say, I lack confidence in a lot of things, right? So how to like sell myself, how to come out, or I remember in secondary school, right? You know, I went to a mixed federal school, and you know, when we enter the class late and everybody's like in the class, the way I would enter, it would be like, oh my God, let this ground just open and swallow me. Like, can I just up and disappear and appear on my seat or something? I put my head down, I'll walk in a very funny way because I didn't want to be noticed, right? Or even if I didn't want to be noticed, but I realized that that wasn't going to get me anywhere. That was not going to make me to be the person that I want to be, as a person. Like, I want to shine. I want to be able to do great and amazing stuff. And people that do great and amazing stuff, you have to be able to make bold moves. You have to push yourself out there. But how can you push yourself out there if you don't even know how to take yourself seriously in the first place? So there was something I noticed about dance. And that thing was that I was able to be a different person when I'm dancing. So usually I can, maybe if I can't hold a conversation with you, but I noticed that whenever it was time for me to dance or be on stage, I'm an entirely different person. Like, it's more like a Beyonce would say Sasha Fierce, right? But see, you can't match my energy. I'm that person that's when I'm on stage, I own it. Like, it's like more like a firebrand. Like, I am the ish, and if you can't deal with it, that's on you, right? So that was me whenever it came to me having to dance. But as a person, that was not me. So that's why someone would see me outside dance, I'll be like, oh my God, I did it. And I'm like, and they'll be like, what's going on here? They can't really marry the
Different
two.
personalities.
Yes. So what I did was that thing that I do during dance, that feeling. Let me see how I can replicate. Yes, let me replicate it in my normal life. And let me see what it would do for me. And that was it. That was it. So it kind of like shaped me to be the woman I am today. The fact that I can call myself the body confidence chick. The fact that I could make bold moves. I can talk to CEOs, people in high authority, and not feel like, man, who are you, safe that you want to be able to hold conversations with these people? Like, in my mind, I'm like, who am I? Who am I not? Like, you understand? I can do these things. Like, why can't I stand my ground? So yeah, so that's kind of like shaped me, like it's shaping me to be that person, to be able to hold my ground, to be able to own things and tell myself that I can do anything. I could do anything. Once I put my mind to it, I could do anything. So that's it for me.
When did this realization or this shift happen?
Maybe it happened after, but I might not be able to get the exact time it happened, but when I realized it was sometime, when I realized it really was sometime 2018. That was when I realized that there's something different about this. Or I think I'll again, around that period, I was really asking myself, what do I want to do with dance? Yes, I'm very good at what I'm doing. I'm really good at what I'm doing. Like,
Very good.
If you want to, yes. Thank you. If you want to talk about like female dancers, like yes, Nekky knows what she's doing. Like, she's someone that can hold stage. But then again, I was gonna ask myself, how do I evolve? Aside being a performer, how do I evolve? You know how people will say, okay, aside of course, I wanted to get married. I wanted to have my own family. I wanted to do other things. And you know how life can be, right? So how do I evolve with dance? So it was when I sat down to ask myself these questions. Okay, what next with dance? I now started tracing back. Okay, what has dance even done for you? You understand? So when I started realizing, okay, dance made me to be this, dance has made me to become this, dance has done this for me, and blah, 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 blah. I was able to say, okay, I think that was when I now realized that, oh, that's true. You used to be this kind of person. You used to da da da. So I started putting the piece together. And I think 2018 was that time that I was able to realize that, yeah, I'd really been able to come out of that shit, and holding on to that and becoming who I am right now. So yeah. So I think I would just say, I'm sure that thing started way before 2018, but I would say 2018 was when I had that realization that, oh, this is it. Like, there's a transformation going on here. You need to tap into it. So yeah.
Interesting. I like the fact that you were throwing this question of what has dance done for me, because maybe in the world that I am right now is more people are really focused on what can dance do for other people, and sometimes the fact that we don't realize what it has done for us, it's hard for us to really know the power it holds.
Thank you.
So that question of what has dance done for me, is something that makes us go deep into our own self to really understand ourselves. Aside from just a performer or a dancer, and which I think I'm going to hold up to that. So how did, getting married, kind of like, will I say, impact your, dance career?
Hmm. So the thing is, like, I don't know how people do it, sha, but I know when I was in a relationship and I knew that it was leading to marriage, we had that conversation. So is this what you're gonna still be doing? Yeah, so we had that conversation because of course when you're dating, you have to know that you're leading somewhere.
Yeah.
So we had that conversation. So what are you gonna be doing? This is what you still want to do. So how do you want to do it? So the good thing for us was that I already had that conversation with myself. And I was already telling myself, okay, what are you doing presently now? And how can you evolve with this thing that you're doing? Right. So basically what I was doing then was videos, I was doing performances and all that, right? So how then I think I was doing like some few dance fitness classes here and there. So I was just asking myself, okay, so how do I upscale, right? How do I make what I'm doing bigger, that it can accommodate my new identity as a wife, my new identity as a soon to be mom, right? Because whatever I want to do, I want to be able to do something that my child will be proud of, to say, oh, that's my mom. Not saying that being a performer is not a proud job. Of course it is, right? But it's not because of other people are performers, right? It's because of what I want. What do I want? What value do I like? What are my values, right? What do I want my child to see me as, right? If what I want is being a performer and having my child see me as a performer, like it's fine. Like that's what I want, right? But for me, I didn't just want to stay at the performance level. I wanted to be able to create impacts. I wanted to be able to, like I wanted to make, like, okay, I'm going to steal this word from somewhere else, well, but I'm going to use it because that's kind of like my life right now. I wanted to make a formidable impact with my with the work, with the things that I have. I didn't just want to just be, yes, I know when you perform, there are different things that you kind of like impact your audience, of course, because if it's not impactful, then they won't call you or they won't ask for you to be there. But I wanted it to be much more. I wanted whatever I was going to do to be life transforming. I wanted it to leave like a mark in people's lives. You know, that part that you say, okay, at the end of your life, what did you achieve? Most people might not remember my performances. Yes, they will say, oh my God, yes, I love the way she dances and blah, blah, blah. I wanted them to be able to remember me for, she changed my life. She made me see myself in a different way. She made me take that bold step. She made me do this and do that. So it came from my own self glance. Like I had to look at myself. What do I want? And looking at that and having that discussion with my partner to be, as at that time, I realized that I wasn't going to continue in the lane of being performer. I wasn't going to continue in the lane of just dancing in videos and everything. Not that it was bad, actually, but it wasn't just going to work for what I wanted to be, right? So it was a self thing, what I wanted to be. So I realized that what I wanted to be was, to help women come into themselves, connect with their bodies, just like I did to myself, how I became a confident person, how I was able to like make bold moves, how I was able to, love myself, um, um, feel more authentic, right? And increase my self-worth. So I wanted to replicate that for other people, like other women, basically. So that was when so when we had that conversation, I said, you know what, I'm going to evolve into this, right? Rather than just stay in the lane of just being, oh, Nekky the dancer, which wasn't still bad because I miss it. I'll be like, I miss it. I wanted to be a Nekky the body confidence chick. I wanted to be your feel good bestie. I wanted to be women's feel good bestie. That person that helps you feel good, love yourself, love your body, know that you're good, know that you're amazing, in like expand in your own self-worth, see yourself in a higher light and know that you can do anything. You can like you can take on territories, you can do anything that you want to do, like just by believing in yourself and just like increasing the way you see yourself. So basically that was it. It was a conversation that led to, you know what, you need to evolve. If that's what you really want for yourself, then you really need to evolve. You really need to be able to do things that would lead you in that path. So that was how.
And dance has been a guiding thread too.
Of course.
Yes.
Of course. See, the fact that dance is still one of my tools, right? Because like I said, what even the two things that have even led me to this whole body confidence thing is dance and mindfulness. But if I'm to look for the roots, like the roots is dance. Because dance, do you know the kind of wholeness you feel? It happens to me sometimes when I'm stressed and tired. I've gone through, like, I've done my mommy duties, I've done like work and all that, and I'm tired, right? And most of all this stress stays in the body because of lack of connection with your body, right? So your hormones and all that, like your stress hormones are released and all that, right? One thing that just helps me, just, you know what, Nekka, it's you. I just play music. And I just begin to move at home. Sometimes, like another period that I really enjoy, you know, all this Big Brother time now, when they are doing the Saturday party, I just stand up and I dance in my house. Anytime I just hear music, I'm just standing, I just want to dance. Because, see, there's something about dance. You're not thinking about whatever you're going through at that moment. It just takes that off your mind space. Like, it helps you drop that mental overload. So you're not even thinking about that. You're just like, you just want to have a good time, just want to connect with your body, you just want to feel, just want to touch, you just want to just dance and feel good. And again, you're releasing your feel good hormones. So like, it's a win-win. So for me, the roots of everything still dance, because that's how I was able to pull things out. You know, mindful movements. My favorite will always be dance. I don't like working out. Like when I say, okay, working, okay, let me clarify that. Exercise can be anything. Working out can be you can work out in different ways. You can decide to swim, you can decide to take a walk, you can decide to dance. But I'm not a gym girl. I'm not, if you see me in the gym, just so that I want to go and dance, or I just want to do treadmill. But you see all this weightlifting and everything, please count me out. Right?
Soft girl.
Yes. Body, who that's me. So I'm not asking myself, so how do I now keep fit? If I'm supposed to be fit, so how do I do that? How do I exercise? How do I work out? Man, I came to music and I dance. And that is good to go. Like that is it for me, and it's fun.
Yeah, interesting. So this whole decision that you made, were they kind of like pressure from the conversations that you've had with your partner or with anybody to kind of like say, okay, instead of performance, it should be something different, but still using dance to kind of like reduce a certain kind of like perspective?
Truth be told, my husband is how do I put it? My husband is my number one supporter. He's like my cheerleader. You know how you have that person is advised to say, yes, you can. Sometimes I'll be like, they reason me more than I reason myself.
I love that.
You know, he's that kind of a person. So I would not say I was pressured into doing anything. No, I feel like I was nudged to see my greater side. So I wasn't pressured to drop anything that wasn't, or that was working for me. I really wanted to do. No, anybody that knows me knows that I'm very strong. I get coconutted. So rather, I would be the one to convince him or any other person. Because for me to have convinced my parents that it was dance I was going to go into, for someone that studied banking and finance, how did I find myself in this whole dance industry, right?
Look, I'm curious about that too.
So for someone that has done all that, you know, I've gone to university, I've done banking and finance, I came out with my degree and everything, right? And I was able to, my parents are not that kind of parents that they'll be like, okay, anything you want to do, hell no. So for me to have been able to convince them that this dance thing, we go do well. I will do it well. Don't worry. Don't be afraid. I'm not going to be those ones that you be like, you see, no. But we go do well. So like, for me to be able to fight all that, you cannot now tell me that I would be under pressure, maybe marital pressure or anything no, that's why you have to marry your friend. That's why you have to marry somebody that believes in your vision. Like, you guys have that conversation before marriage. So if it's not working, then bye-bye. I love you, yes. My heart will break, yes, but somebody else will come. You know, that's why you also have to see yourself as a prize. You can't see yourself as anything. You can't reason yourself less. Because if you do, then it's easy for someone to say, you will have to drop this. So you have to, and you will not be like, but you might be dying in silence, right? So for me, I'm just grateful to God that I had somebody. He was my friend even before we started dating. So even when we were dating, it's more like we always talk about each other's dreams. And he loves dance. He's someone that also wanted to do something in the whole dance space, right? But he evolved into the like a white collar job, right? So for us, we had that conversation. It wasn't anything about, oh, you have to drop this, you know, now you're now married and everything. No, it was a conversation that we had to have. So what are you okay with? So it was just more me saying, you know what, I also feel like I need to evolve, right? But I haven't just been able to find the right space for that expression. So how do I go about it? What do I do, right? So it was just that constant conversation. I know the funny thing about my own was that immediately we got married, I was pregnant. Like, let me say, like 3 months after, no, let me say 5 months after marriage, I became pregnant. So I had to, that's staying at home trying to like give birth, nurse a child and all that. I was already thinking, what do I want to do? What next? So this was more like trying to tell me, okay, you see now, you're not able to dance at this time, because I was, most of the time I was on bed rest because my pregnancy was high risk. So most of the time I was on bed rest and everything. I couldn't even move, you know. That's why sometimes I envy all this pregnant, because pregnancy, every different strokes for different folks, right?
Oh, really?
So I used to envy all these pregnant women that can move. I'm like, oh my God, you don't know what God has done for you. So for me, I couldn't move. I couldn't really do anything. Any small movements, bed rest. Any small movement, hospital, you know. So I was not telling myself, if you're feeling this way already, you already have to start thinking of ways to evolve. So that evolvement was already like evolving was already coming into the conversation again. So it was me just giving myself a brain that really there's some things that I won't be able to do right now, or there's some things that really, really, yes, I know I love it. I miss performing, I miss all these things, but there's much more that I want to do. Yeah, much more. Not this one. For some other persons, it may be okay for them to like after childbirth, they go back into performing and all that, which I tried to do because I missed it. I won't lie. I wanted to do it, but I couldn't just, yes, I couldn't just do it because it was going to take so much from me. And I didn't want, there's so many other things that I really wanted to do that I felt, yeah, I love the soft life. So I'd rather do this one than do this one, you know. So that was it for me.
What was the reason that made your own pregnancy different, that you were always like resting?
My dear, I don't know. I don't know, because I didn't do anything crazy or hectic. It was so funny that if I decided to do something, maybe I just, okay, you know what, let me just stretch, you know. Next thing, I'm in the hospital. And so I, you know how they say everybody's pregnancy is different. Even your first child and your second child, different experience, right? So I just felt like maybe that's my own cross to carry at that time. Like that was how it worked. So I wasn't going to like overload my body or do things that I cannot do, or that would be a risk to my life and the child's life. So it was what it was, and that was how I was able to carry it on.
Interesting. So what was the biggest emotional shift, you know, having your daughter?
Uh, a lot. A lot. Like, see, sometimes I wake up and I'm like, oh my God, I'm a mom. I'm somebody's mother. I'm responsible for somebody's life. Like, at least so she begins to make her own decisions. Like, I'm a mom. So I think for me, there's so many moments. Honestly, there's so many moments. Was it the one where I just had her, and it's more like the fact that her life kind of depends on me. Everything about her kind of like depends on me, you know, and me also trying to adjust my life and adjust my timelines and everything to be able to, as an add her, because like I say, even in most of my sessions, right, I say that motherhood, we've been taught over the years, or I saw my mom do that, right, where you have children and they take up your whole entire life, right? And it's now you looking for how to fix yourself into the plan. I don't know how I had that idea or the ideology, right? Maybe it's because of this whole body confidence thing. But I just knew that I'm a very important person and I cannot afford to forget myself. So having her or being a mom, I just told myself that whatever you do, do not let yourself go. Whatever you do, do not lose yourself. Like, I don't know how you want to do it, but make sure that you are including yourself in the plans. So it's not like, oh, I'm planning for my children, I'm planning everything. Oh, what about you? How should I do something to myself? Or you're going to the market to buy things and you're like, okay, you can get that later. No, I'm buying for you, I'm buying for myself, I'm doing this, I'm trying to create time for myself too, in that whole mix. So at the end of the day, I don't forget me. I don't lose touch with me because the person I get to do life with is me. It's not really any other person. It's me. Then it's now when I find that wholeness in myself that I now reach out to other people, social connection. I reach out to my husband, I reach out to friends, I reach out to family. But most importantly, it's me. So I have to make sure that I am intentional about myself. Right. So basically that's it. So with all my moments with my child, with all my moments with my daughter, I have to make sure that I'm also finding time for myself so that I am not angry about motherhood. Because truth be told, there was a time where it just felt, there was a time it felt like am I sure that I was ready to be a mom? Am I sure that I really wanted this? Did you plan your life well? Are you sure this child came at the right time? Because there's so much you really need to do with yourself, what you can't do because somebody else needs you and all that. And it was now like a re-education to myself to tell myself that this child did not ask to be born. So I had to make sure that I do right by her. Because if I mess it up at this early stage, I basically messed it up. Like majority of her life, it's not left for her to not like try to correct things, right? Yeah. But at the same time, I had to make sure that whatever I'm doing for her, for my family, I cannot do it at my own detriment. I cannot do it in a way that I get to suffer. I have to make sure that I am included in the plan because that's the only way it's going to work out. So, yeah.
And the beautiful thing is that you've gone through the experience as a woman, as a mother, as a wife. So with all of this, with like working with so many women, what would you see is like the challenges for most of them to like balance between marriage, motherhood, and the passion and everything?
See, and truth be told, it's not easy because you know how they will say the container that carries fuel also needs fuel itself to move, right? So sometimes, in as much as I know most of these things through my study with health behavioral change and the science of well-being and all that, right? As a person, I still experience some of all these things that will make me be like, oh my God, why? Why do I have to go through all this? Like, can't I just be a single girl again where I don't have to worry or bother about other things or other people and all that and all that. But the thing is, I also thank God the fact that I know or like I've learned some of all these things and based on research and all that, they also get to help me, to arrange myself and organize myself and tell myself, okay, this is what can help you deal with stress, deal with the mental overload and everything. But sometimes all these things are just theory. When it comes to the real practical work, it's not easy. And the first thing I would tell any woman that is trying to balance work, family, motherhood. Oh, it's like another type of shege, but but you just need to learn how to build capacity. So like then in our parents' age, you'll be like, oh, there is a village that tends to train all these people. It's not just the parents that train the child. You have the neighbors, you have the community and all that. The same thing is just that the community has changed. So rather having because nowadays most neighbors don't want to put their mouths in everybody's mind your business, right? but yet you can still have communities, you have friends. That's why social connection is important, right? You had a nanny, you had help, people that can just come and just clean. Yes, you'll be actively involved in your child's life, but all things is planning. All these things about being intentional. So for instance, I'll tell myself, okay, I work from home, right? I need time for myself to be able to process this work that I'm doing. I know that I will not be able to do some of the heavy lifting, like the cleaning, meal prepping, arranging things for my child, her lunch box and everything going to school. Okay, I'll just tell myself, okay, what do I do early in the morning? I wake up early. So if normally I wake up by 7, I'll have to wake up earlier, maybe like around 5 or sometimes like 6, I wake up. Maybe normally I have to wake up at like 7. At this time I will have to wake up at like 5 or 6 to prepare ahead for her to go to school, arrange. Once I know that I've sorted her out, then the next thing is, okay, what do I do for myself? Okay, do I need to get somebody that will help me do the cleaning and all that to take that load off me, so that time I can be able to do something else? Or do I need to drop her off at a family friend's place that I trust? Because that dropping off thing can be very dicey. Somebody that you can trust, right? Or how do I work with it that at the same time my child doesn't miss me, but at the same time I'm also able to do the things that I need to do. So it's just about knowing how to build capacity. I know, also letting these women know that, see, I don't know how God created us, right? But He made it possible for us to handle it, like almost everything. For you to call somebody a helpmate, that means that person has inbuilt power to do so much. You know, that's why we are like the helper, right? Because we are able to do. You want, if you want to carry a chair, right? You would not look for somebody that is small. You won't tell a small child to come and assist you in carrying this chair. You get somebody that cheaper and kind of like on the same power, like energy, or kind of higher, something like that, to come and assist you in carrying this chair. So for God to look at the man to say, oh, you know what, you need a helpmate and all that, and He decided to create a woman, not another man, then that's to show you that the woman is also strong and she's capable of doing so much. So it's just for us to just tap into that and be able to use that strength to as in to walk with our lives and to walk with every other thing that surrounds us. And we can do it. We can. We just need to be intentional. We also need to add ourselves to the work, and we also need to be able to create our own village, which was what I was saying about friends, family, and yes, exactly, nannies and all that, cleaners. Those things would help. Gone are the days where they will tell you, oh, you need to cook the food. I used to eat fresh food. You want to eat fresh food, you enter the kitchen. So right now it's more like, okay, can I do it? Can I work with it? Then I do. Then I'm able to cook if that's what's going to if that's the work that I have to do. I do that. If I can't do it, I'll outsource, right, from a safe place, but I would outsource, because that time it will save me to do other things.
And that's where also a supportive partner comes into
God. I don't know. I don't know how you want to do it if you don't have a supporting partner. Because no, really, because see, that's why I felt having a new high level of respect for, like, you see, single moms, yeah, because it's a different kind of strength, a different kind of energy, a different kind of mental capacity that these people have. Because I have mine. I have a supporting partner. I know this shege that I'm saying. Can imagine if you don't have anybody to share the load with, or you not have a partner and the person is dormant. God, nah. It's not funny. It's not funny at all, just say.
Interesting. So what will I say stereotypes, or yeah, let me use the word stereotypes. What are the, like, stereotypes you've kind of like encountered as a married woman in the dance industry?
Okay, I would say the regular thing is married woman. I'll say it's dicey. Those that trust your work, right? So whether you're married or not, the highest thing that they will ask is, this one that you're married now, can you do the work? Will you be able to come out and know most of the time the events are kind of like late at night? Will you be able to do this one and everything? So yeah, that one you can work with it. Whoever knows you, whoever knows your work, you can do it. But you see that part of when you've given birth. I don't know why people feel like when you've given birth, maybe as you were pushing part of your dance skills. Like, because I'm trying to understand that mentality because I gave birth. I was called to do a job, right? And the person that called, they kept on asking, hey, are you sure you can still dance like the way you said, hey, God, mommy. I said, God. I started asking myself, I said, maybe I pushed part of part of my dance skills or something, because I don't know why you're asking me that question, right? Like, are you sure you will still be able to deliver? Like, I brought forth a child. I did not destroy my dance career. Like, if it's inbuilt, it's inbuilt. It's not like I didn't buy the dance skills or the talent and I'm using it for a while and okay, it has worn out. Okay, let me keep. No, I still have it. If it is there, it's there, right? Yes, I understand when you're talking about energy. Maybe I didn't even add so much weight, so I can still carry myself. So where is the So I feel like there's that. Are you sure she'll be able to deliver? So now the work is now so much on you, the new mom that is a dancer, to try to that you're not trying to prove yourself. And the moment I'm like, is it necessary? Is it necessary? Because you'll now see yourself, like, okay, I still have it though. Like, I try to make people like, I still have it though. I still have it. And the moment I'm like, because I remember not because of trying to be like trying to focus on motherhood and trying to build the whole body confidence chick brand, I've not been able to like bring out dance contents and all that, like post myself dancing and all that. So I think one time, I think that was like 2 years ago, I now finally posted a dance video. I heard a song that was Davido's No Competition. I heard that song and I love the song. I'm like, oh my, you know what? I'm gonna dance to this one because No Competition kind of like also tallies with the body confidence chick, like trying to tell women that you're not in any competition with anybody, you're on the level of your own, just believe in yourself, like stuff like that, right? So I decided to do it dance cover to me. And when I did that, majority of the comment was more like, oh my god, you still have it. Yeah. Yeah, why I saw the comment as oh, thank you so much, like thanks for your nice words and your encouragement and your compliment and all that. Another part of me was like,
you think say this is not complete?
I don't know. Am I? Is it supposed to be buried somewhere? I don't know. Maybe as they're removing the placenta, they're removing the dance, right? But it's there. It is. So I think like that's and there's a stereotype there. Like there's this thing about, oh my gosh, and giving but Aisha should be able to still dance like that, right? So that one is there. So it's not left for the woman to now prove herself times two to say, okay, I still have it. And sometimes I feel like dance is energy. I feel like dance is something that comes from within, right? It shows when you're happy, it shows when you're sad, it shows that you're dancing, it shows, right? So your dance works with your emotion. So imagine if I'm not trying to prove to you that, yes, I still have this. Like, instead of me to just do a dance that easily to come off and you would be feeling that you will love what I'm doing, it's not be like, somebody just off shot. I can't really place it, but it just feels like so to somebody else, you just like, I mean, she's trying to force it, but man, why was she force it? Why you guys don't believe in her again? Right. She forced it. So that I feel like that's just the thing there. So it's not led for you to now rely on those that believe in you or those that knew you before you became a mom to say, okay, yeah, this person is still like new, for them to like kind of like bank on you and say, okay, yeah, she should still have this, she should still be able to do this, yeah.
But do you think that the supportive system in the dance industry is there?
For the mom?
For the moms.
Honestly. I don't know. Because it's also based on this thing I was saying, right? Because most people, there are lots of other dancers. So most people would rather call rather than stress, let me call somebody else. Right? Let me call somebody else rather than stress it. So that's why I said it's only those that know you. It's only those that know that she feel deliver. Then maybe what you have to deliver, you're the only one that has that skill set. Maybe there's maybe like contortionist or something, maybe traditional, and maybe or they need like a high volume of number of dancers, and they're just like, this person will be the best person for this job. Or what? Since we don't have any other person, let me just call her. That kind of thing. But naturally, their mind will not go to you, except they're like your person. They know you. They know that she still has it. She still has it. That's when they will call you. But that's avenue for you to be like still top of mind. Not really.
But people like they feel like, oh, as you're married now with kids, there's
Kids,
gonna
yes,
be like
like
appealed to.
yes, I beg. Let me. I would rather go for the other one that does not have this thing, except maybe there's a different value add that you're bringing to the table, and sha baby, go.
And really, in other words, it kind of like reduces the employment opportunity.
Yes,
that's for moms.
Of course. Let's not light ourselves. Of course, it does that. I think for me, reason why I didn't really push to say, okay, you know what, please, if you have a job, call me, or if you not have a job, because I was already asking myself, like I said earlier, I already had that conversation if I still wanted to toe the line of being a performer. Yes, I know I love that line of work, right? But is it worth it? Like, is this what I really want to still do? So I said, it's a me thing. I had to ask myself, is this what you want to do? You have to be sure. I know you love it, but is that what you want to do? You understand? So it's a different thing when you love something and you still want to go down that route and you love it, but you can do something better. You can do something else, But if you're talking about the fact that people will still want to call you for a job, no, they would rather want to go for somebody else.
I know we've talked about how dance makes you feel and the whole power it holds, but to dive more into it, why do you think dance is a powerful tool for self-confidence and well-being?
The thing about dance, or should I say movement, is dance. It's an expression. And the body moves, or the way the body expresses itself is through movement. So if you want to get to know your body well, it's through movement, or sometimes in motion, you get to understand your body, you get to know your body, get to know what your body can do, you get to know how you get to understand. It's more like you having like that fellowship with your body, like you're in communication with your body. So there's this it kind of, I don't know how do I explain this now. So there's this way that it affects your mindset or your mind state, right? Where in as much as these are things that you're doing, is an action with the body, but it just, by the time you're seeing the things you're able to do, it makes you see yourself as unstoppable. You begin to see yourself as, yeah, if I can do this, then it's fine. And it also kind of like releases some hormones in your body, where your feel good hormones, your where you begin to feel good about yourself, begin to feel good about what you're doing, and begin to have like a good or positive perspective towards life. It all connects. There's something they call body mind well-being. It all connects, where what you do with your body affects your mind, and what you're doing with your mind affects your body. So activities that you do with your body that affects your mind, movement is part of it. Yoga, dance, all those things. These are things that boost your. That's why they'll tell you that, when you bottle up anger, it messes up with your system. It's not just only going to mess up with your mind, it messes up with your body. Like you start falling sick. You not be hearing that this one has high blood pressure. This one have your kidney. This one is not working well. Things like that, little, because it releases toxins into your system. So the best way is for you to kind of like trick your hormones to be able to deliver positive things for you. So that's how it boosts your confidence. This dance is a physical act, but just like body and mind well-being, it affects your mental state. You know, you begin to see things as, I can do this, I can be this person, you know, your self-worth increases. And so those kind of things affect your confidence level. You might think, oh, it's just dance, it's just movement. No. Do a case study, because I've done it, right? Where you're just training somebody, or you're just telling somebody, you're just training someone that's maybe like timid. You're training that person for a period of time on just dance, just teaching the person the rudiments, how to move, how to feel yourself, how to connect with your body, and all that and all that. Check it. 1 month, 2 months, 3 months. The person is a whole new person. Someone that used to be very person changes. I have seen that. I think that's even what even brought me to become the body confidence streak. So then, like I told you, I used to do dance fitness, right? And so there was this client I had, and I was a lady, of course. So just finish our session and we just everything. She was just like, you're normal now. They want to give you feedback or what's going on. And she was like, Nekky, I don't know how you do this thing too, but because I know one of the things she always complained about, she wanted to work on her cellulite, and she wasn't like big, but she also wanted to kind of like be fit and all that. She didn't like the stretch marks and the cellulite and everything, so she wanted to have like a toned body, right? So we had our classes, our sessions, and there's a way I do my sessions. So you're not just only going to move and dance and everything. So there's some things I say to you, there's some things that we do, there's some activities that we do in class. And she was just telling me that day, like, oh my God, that she doesn't understand what I'm doing, no, but she just noticed that now she feels more free, like she's able to express herself better. And the other day she went to, like, I think their family people, they kind of like had a wedding or something that they went to. He said, see, it remains small, she would have climbed the table to that. Like, she felt so free, like she felt like she was like what's going on? I kid you not, I got 4 referrals from her. And the referral came from, word of mouth now. The referral came from, oh my God, whatever you're doing, I want it to. That was how it is. And she was like, it's just my instructor, that kind of thing. It's just my instructor, whatever. And that was how I had those 4 women, like, part of my clientele. And so I was just sitting back and I said, okay. I know for me, it was something that I had tested with myself, right? And I added it to my own session, like my dance fitness session. And I noticed that thing. So there was one event I just saw it online. It was a confidence session. They call it the confident woman. So that was supposed to be like an event for by one other lady. I can't remember the lady that was hosting that thing. And she was just like, I just saw the flyer and I was like, okay, you know what? I do marketing, right? Or I learned marketing, and I know all these marketing strategies. So there's something they call sponsorship. It's also like a marketing strategy for your brand. So I reached out to her and said, okay, I would love my brand to sponsor. Then I didn't have the brand called the Body Confidence Trip. I was just the brand Nekky, right? The dancer. So I said, okay, I would love to sponsor your event with a dance performance, actual event and everything. And she responded to my email. She was like, oh, that's lovely. I would really love to have you on board and everything. But, aside you just coming to dance, I would love you to give a talk on how dance can make somebody body confident. When I heard that, I was like, wait, I've never heard of the word. As at that time, that was 2018.
Okay. Still at 2018.
Yes. That was 2018. I didn't know what. I've never heard of that word body confidence before. Never. I've heard of, yes, I know what body is. I know what confidence meant, but body confidence together? Nah. Self-confidence? Yes. Body confidence? No. So I had to go and search. As at that time, Google didn't have so much information about body confidence. Because I love research. Anybody that knows me knows I love reading. So I checked. I was reading different articles and everything, but they're not really giving me because I had an idea of what she was trying to go, because I was already experiencing that part. But I was looking for an article that would give me, I wasn't really saying, I think I saw like 1 or 2, but they were not like in depth. So what I did was I had to research on body, I had to research on movement. Then I was already reading about movement therapy, dance movement therapy, right? So that was what was going to me with that. Then I had to tell my own personal story because, of course, dance helped me to become body confident. So for me, so when I now went back to that, my other clients, and I sat her down, like, you know what, I didn't even interview. Tell me the truth, Gongo. How do you feel? So how do you see our sessions? You know, yes, I know that you're trying to be toned, you're trying to be this. How do you see our sessions? What does it do for you? How does it make you feel about yourself? You know, because body confidence is more like feeling good about your body. You know, regardless of flaws or whatever, feeling. So I wanted to really know. Then I now married it with the way dance also made me feel. And that was how I was able to give my session. Right. And then, you know what? And I said, you know what? I like this. This is kind of like the core of what I do. It's just that there was no name for it. But this is the core of what I do. This is what I love. I want people to, I want to be able to take you on sessions and you'll be like, oh my God, I love myself. I want to be able to increase my self-worth. I want to be able to see myself in a higher light. You know, I want to be able to walk to my body and walk on my body and mind well-being. I want to be able to be sharp, you know, things like that. So I loved it already. And I was not telling my clients about it. She's like, yes, now you're just like the body confidence chick. And they're like, and she said, I was like, oh, what did you just say? You're just talking because any of my clients, they know me. I don't like having whatever client I have, we have a relationship because aside, I want to still see how I can help you or like build on that thing that you're asking me for. So I want to go over and beyond with what you ask. Yes, I know, but what she called me for was just toning and all that. How else can I improve your life, impact your life? Because for me, like I said earlier, that's like the goal for me. I want to be, when you write on, after I've died, what did she do? She impacted people's lives with this. She made me see myself in a different, that's why. So when we had that conversation, I just said, you know what, that's it. And if anybody can remember, I think it was 2019 January, I started calling myself the body confidence chick. It was out there. The body confidence chick. The body confidence chick. Because now I wanted it to be a brand. I wanted it to be that thing. Because I saw what dance did for me. I saw what dance used it to do for other people. As I said, if you look at the roots, yes, it might have evolved and everything, but dance is there. That is it. So, like I said, also about my husband being the supportive person, right? He was one that said, you know what, don't sell it like, oh, dance fitness, that's, you are belittling it. You are bringing it down. Dance is there, yes, it's a tool, but it's not the whole cover. It's not the package. Dance is the tool. It's just like how you're trying to mix a drink, right? You're trying to, those that make Coke, right? They mix different things to form Coke. So you're not just saying, oh, Coke is not the dance. Okay, dance is not the Coke. Dance is an ingredient that made the Coke. So dance is the ingredient for the body confidence chick. So that's it. So I know dance can make you confident. I know that dance can improve your life, can make you stand out. You know, I know that for sure. Because of the creative visualization we have as dancers. Or like another thing that happened to me was I was supposed to have, no, then when I started dancing, I loved hip hop. I was more about the boyish kind of dance, like just leave me, let me kill it for you, you know. And then I had a performance where they wanted me to do a belly dance. And I was like, because you know me, I never used to say, oh, dance is this, you do this dance, you do. I felt like if anybody can do it, I can learn it. What's there? I will learn it, I will do it. So I think that performance I had it with Cora. It was Cora that called me for the job. Cora and one other girl, like, do you remember? So after the whole rehearsal and everything, of course I would get the dance. But you know, there's this, other people will call it aura, right? But I think we call it, there's this texture you must have for that dance. So yes, you know the body. Yes, you must feel it. Even in hip hop, there's a texture to it, right? Whatever dance style, African, traditional, whatever, there is a texture to it. That's why someone that does ballet, when you tell the person to do maybe African or hip hop, you know, or Afro or hip hop, it will look funny. The person might be getting the step, but it will just look very funny. Be like, because the person is still keeping the same texture and same of the ballet. So like I wanted to know how to have that sexy sensual appeal, right? And she just said, you know what? see yourself as, that's the word, visualization. So these are the things that I'm working with now, but in dance I learned it first. Just like you need to picture yourself, like create an image. Imagine that you are a queen, and whenever you walk into a place, people are like in, or even as I'm saying it and I'm imagining it, my body's already feeling like it.
Yeah.
So like imagine you're a queen and you're just walking into a place, and whatever step that you take, people have no choice than to bow down. Like whatever you do, everybody's like, oh my God, they're in awe of you. It's like people are just fainting. You've not even said a word and everybody's just, ah. Imagine that. So how would you move? I swear, my step changed. Why? Because body and mind connection. So whatever I do with my body, it affects my mind and my body. Whatever I do with my mind, it affects my mind and my body. So I only had to see myself as that person. I killed it. Because you're already in that zone. So, and I think it was not from there I had to also start telling myself that when you enter places, have that at the back of your mind. You're also important. Yes, there are a lot of important people here, but I'm also an important person. So you have to respect me too. So like as you're seeing yourself in that light, you begin to act that way. You begin to carry yourself in that manner. You won't just sit down anyhow. You won't just throw yourself anyhow. You won't just be, or they say move, you till you move. You ask why? Why should I move? That's the thing. A lot of women don't know how to move with our feminine energy. So I think that's another thing again. That's another class in session. So yeah. Yeah. So that's good. So that's how dance brings up the whole confidence in you.
Yeah, I think one of the key message I got from this message that you just brought now is the act to just experiment, keep experimenting. You might not understand it yet, but just keep experimenting the idea, keep doing it, keep going out, keep showing up, and with all of those,
it will click.
And that's what happened for me.
Like someone said, I read somewhere, and we're like, you can't perfect what has not been what is not in existence. So first bring it out into existence first. So you cannot do something that's not yet out there. So just believe, just believe in yourself first. That's why, the most powerful thing about this Nike slogan, that just do it, is not the do it. It's the just. Do you know why it's the just? Because do it, yes, do it. But when they're telling you just do it, and it's whether it's perfect, whether it's not perfect, whether you are in the mood, whether you feel like doing it, whether you don't feel like doing, just believe in yourself. Just do it. So whether you're planning, oh my God, everything needs to be perfect. I want to start a podcast. Everything has to be, I have to get this, See, now I'm planning the body confidence workshop. This is me just going with the flow, right? But I would have gotten to this extent if I didn't try. Just do it. Just believe in yourself. Nowadays, I'm getting calls from people, from top brand marketers, from top brand people, from top like brand owners. Oh, I want to plug into this. I want to do this. Or I even send in proposals almost every time. Imagine if I do not believe in myself or believe in what I'm trying to sell. How do I convince them to buy in? How do I convince them to come on board? You have to believe in you first. And the truth is, it's how you believe in yourself, how you treat yourself, that others will see you and know they should believe in you too, and know how to treat you. So if you say, oh my God, he doesn't respect me, they don't do that, you put the mirror onto yourself. You know how Michael Jackson said, look at the mirror. He said, I'm talking to the man in the mirror. Put the mirror in front of you. That's the person you should talk to. That's the person you should first show things to. Do I believe in the person that's seen in the mirror? Do I believe in what she has to offer? Do I believe in what can be done? Do I believe in what you want to do, in what I want to do? If you believe it, go ahead. The world will adjust. They will follow suit. I started calling myself the body confidence chick, body confidence chick. I'm sure some people are like, what's the meaning of body confidence? They did not understand. But guess what? Now people are calling me the body confidence chick. Oh, the body confidence. Sometimes they'll say confidence chick. Sometimes
see it now.
But yeah, it's there. So just do it. Just believe in yourself. What's hard? Like, it might not look possible just yet, but you're not talking to yourself now. You're talking to yourself. You're talking to the future you. But you have to start now. Because if not, the future you will still be the same person that is here. So you need to move. So that for me, that's basically it. Creating that picture in your head and acting on it. That is it. That's it.
You know, there's always this word that they used to say on Instagram when someone does something and it really hits, they will say, protect this person. Like right now, you guys should protect this woman. Protect her at all costs.
True. I feel like sometimes I wish I wish I knew all these things like in my early 20s. It would have been a lot smoother for me, right?
Oh, chaotic.
Yes. Not chaotic.
Because you know, time is
yes.
really intentional.
Yes, but you know, sometimes you could have been then if you had allowed yourself to be.
Okay.
But because at that time, it wasn't something that you understood. So it was just you, in a way, wasting. It might not have been a waste, right? But you might have been building other things along the way. But for lack of a better word, it's like you wasted that time. So imagine knowing then what you know now. It would work, like it would be it would do you so much good. It would do you so much good. It won't be something that you just be like, oh my God, okay, I'm just starting. After they'll tell you the best time to start was yesterday. The next best time to start is now. So imagine if you are not starting and you say, I'll do it tomorrow. Let me tomorrow.
Keeps going. Yeah. Interesting. And I know you've talked about like key things that you teach, the whole visualizing, mindfulness and all. What are the other key tools do you use in teaching in your workshops?
So dance is one of them. Guided meditation. So that's where I kind of like give you what I want you to meditate on and helping you paint pictures in your head. You know, these are things that I used during the last edition of the Body Confidence Workshop. And you could feel the release. There's some people crying, some people were crying, some people were just didn't want it to end. Why? Because you are digging deep into a part of you that maybe you had buried, you didn't just want to look at, or a part of you that you did not even know existed, or you did not understand the possibility. This workshop that I had, right? I had to first see it in my head, see everything from start to finish. I had to first push it, like see everything, the hall, the walkway, the decor, see everyone seated there, feel their emotions, feel how I want them to feel. See them, those are getting their own release, those are getting their own transformation, the talks, the real talks that we're having there, the raw, authentic conversations, the after party, the brand. I had to first see it because then when I come back, I know what I want to happen in the future, right? And come back, like me normal. I'm able to recreate it so that it becomes what I want to see in that future, because everything is about being intentional. So if you know that you want to see yourself, for instance, like you tell yourself, okay, I want to see myself working maybe in a Fortune 5 company or something, one of the 45 companies and over. You won't just wake up one morning and just go there and submit your CV. You have to walk backwards. Okay, you first ask yourself, how does it feel to be that person working in that place? You kind of live a day in the life of somebody that works there. And then you begin to walk it back into your life. How do I fit into that person? So that's it. So we do that guided meditation to visualization also. That also breath work, stretches, that's part of movement. So there's something I call the BMCD framework. B starts from breath work, M starts from movement, CV starts from creating visuals. What are the visuals that you want to create? These are things that would help align you and position you into what you want to see. Some people call it manifestation, some people call it meditation, some people call it visualization. So there are different types, right? So there are different angles that you can, or different tools, right? But these are the things that I use to emphasize on all these things. We also have positive and positive affirmations, right? And positive affirmations is under the CV, that's creating visuals, because it's not just about saying, oh, I'm beautiful, I'm amazing, and money comes to my hands, and blah, blah. No, you have to see it. And you have to now, when you see it, you now have to what? Own your gaps. I don't have what would be able to give me $5,000 right now. I'm calling forth $5,000. How do I own my gap? How do I cover that gap from where I am right now to that $500,000 that I want to get to, or the $5,000 I want to get to? You understand? So these are things that we do. So it's not just being delusional or trying to just be wishy-washy and all that. No, there are actual steps to do this thing. And the truth is, I have seen results. I have seen it happen in my life. I've seen it happen in the lives of my clients. I've seen it happen to other people around me, right? So I know it works, right? So it's just by being intentional and also trying to put some of all these tools, working with some of all these tools, and you see the result. You know, I think one of my biggest fear is to be able to look back at my life and see that I didn't take on an opportunity that would have bettered my life. And if I'm to dig in to why I didn't take on that opportunity, it's going to be the fact that there was fear, self-doubt, insecurity, you know, like feeling like I'm not good enough, feeling like I never reach, or would they give me, or no be my type, they fight for there, you know. I don't want to look back and say I did. So let me be sure that I have done everything. So even down to when I was submitting proposals for this my event, I was submitting proposals to a lot of people, a lot of companies, a lot of brands, your big brands, your top brands. Think of them. I was submitting to them. What's the worst I would get? You know, like Bobrisky would say, "Who did insult kill?" Your no will not make me die. Your no might make your no might sound valid to you. Does not mean that my idea is invalid. So I just have to look for somebody that keys into my idea, that my idea is also valid too. And that's how I got my yeses. Now I have Lush Hair, I have Annie, I have Malta Guinness, I have top brands, Beef Eater, top brands. These are your FMCGs. So imagine if I did not go. Imagine if I did not send proposals. Imagine if I did not ask. Imagine if I didn't say anything. These are opportunities that I would have just looked back on and would be like, oh my God, I fucked up. I would have just gone ahead.
Interesting. I don't know if it's important to also ask this question because you've just said a lot, but let me stay out because they say it's never enough or it's never too much. What final message do you have for women trying to balance passion, family, and personal well-being?
Sometimes it cannot be balanced. That's actually the truth.
I like that. No, I actually like that.
Sometimes it can't be balanced. You just need to know what needs to give at a particular time. That's why earlier I talked about being intentional. You just need to know what needs to give at a particular time. So for instance, during the time where you're pregnant and you just give birth and all that, you know that time is the time for you to nurture. Not that you won't do other work, but there are priorities, right? If for instance, if you're going to share your energy, you tell yourself, okay, maybe I have like my energy like over 10, right? I would say, okay, I will give a 3 to my child. I will give a this to this. I will give a 3 to myself too, because the truth is, if you're not well, you will not be able to do the things that you want to do. You will not even be half as productive as you want to be, right? So it's, in as much as these things cannot be balanced, there's a way around it. There's a way around it. Finding ways to, like I said, having your own village that could support you in catering for your child, you know, your own personal well-being. What do you do to relax? It's non-negotiable. How am I going to connect with my body to be fit? Fit is not, oh, I am fat, I want to be slim. Oh, I want to lose weight here. I want to lose my tummy here. I want to be toned. No, fitness is your life. Fitness is if you're not fit, that means you're ready to go to the grave, you're ready to die. That's fitness. So when people say, oh, fitness, oh, I'm weight, or I want to lose weight, I'm fat, and no, that's not fitness. That one is the aesthetics part. Like it's not the cocoa, you know. Yeah. It's not the main thing. The main thing is, am I healthy? Am I well enough mentally, physically, emotionally? You know, can I go? That's why some people, they would be doing the whole nutrition, dieting, and everything. They'll go to the gym, but their life is nothing to write home about. There is a lot of toxicity happening in their body, like because maybe their emotional life is bad. They don't have good social connections. You know, they don't know how to sit with themselves. They don't have that stillness, right? So they're dealing with so much. So you as a woman with all these other areas in your life, you need to be able to find that place with yourself to be able to feed the child in you, not your child, your child, like you know, yes, be able to do things that make you happy. You know, like I tell people, when you're going to do market runs, the way you would feel is different from when you are doing market runs for you, like you're going to for shopping for yourself. You want to come buy things for yourself. You feel more excited. You feel more, oh my God, there's a different way you feel than when you're going to go and buy things for the house, like you're going to go and buy foodstuffs and all that. There's a different way. So like you need to be able to incorporate things for yourself in whatever thing that you're doing as you are manning and planning for all these things. Yeah, I think that basically it makes sure that you find time for yourself, you know, deal with things that keep you fit, like keep you healthy both mentally and physically, you know, allot time for different things that you're doing in your life. Have a village that can help you with most of all these things, you know, because you cannot kill, you don't want to die, you know, you can't kill yourself. And again, especially when you know that you don't even have a supportive partner, you know, you just have to find ways to do these things. And also your work, how do I work? How do I find time to work? Oh, I work better at night. Oh, I work better in the day. Oh, my clients, my customers and everything. But during the time that your child is in school till the time the child comes back, there are a lot of things that you can do. So rather than spend the whole time on social media and like be watching different things, you should be able to arrange time to do other things that creative, where your creative juice is flowing, you know, be able to do creative work. Then times like evening times where your body's kind of like drawing to a close and everything, you cannot do things like chilling, watching movie, laughing with friends and all that and all that. So there are just ways, just about being intentional and like portioning things all right. You'll be fine. Trust me, you'll be fine. It might not be easy to balance everything, but you'll be fine. It will be better than not having any plan at all. Yeah, be fine.
Well, you said it all.